The following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
Hello. Welcome back, our friends, fans, and lovers.
Yes, homies and friends.
Yeah, and some in between, a little mashup of all of those things.
Okay, period.
Yeah, another week.
I am Brittany.
I'm Ariana.
And this is
An A&B conversation. This is a fun week. It's not a fun week. It's like a little, trauma exposing.
Right.
This week, guys, it is about the cheaters. Cheater, fucking pumpkin eaters. Bitches. And the bitches.
Them bitches, too.
Yeah.
Bitches be bitching.
Every time. Faithfully.
No,
unfortunately. They fuck around
real.
and try to, go about you. Go. Leave us alone.
No, literally. Because if you're just planning on... Just leave me out of it.
Yeah.
Just leave me the fuck out of it at that point. Because I've definitely been behind a fucking cheater. But I've never cheated.
I was just going to ask you that.
I've never cheated. No.
Mm.
Not for anything other than me not being in a real relationship for a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I probably been like 2 for real, 1.5 relationships.
Oh, yeah. Let's half them all. Give them a half seat.
I say 1.5, but
Yeah.
that half was more of a situationship. So
But honestly, the situationships hold more weight and more memories and nostalgia than the relationship. Like the relationship you ride and died. You died. Ride and died. A situationship, what? We've had a splash and dash. We had memories. We were nasty. We had inside jokes. We had nicknames. I do miss, I don't miss them, but I do have some fond memories of my situationships versus my relationships.
right.
I kicked the door down and set their shit on fire.
Damn.
No pun intended.
God damn.
You've never cheated. That's crazy.
No.
I cheated once, and it was to get out of that relationship.
Why
Did
didn't
not
you
work.
just leave?
I tried.
Oh.
I shouldn't be laughing because that person is mentally ill. Mm-hmm. And actually have a harassment order out against him. He's really he's called me off multiple. We broke up for 4 years. We were broken up for 4 years. I had a whole other relationship, and he would still call my mom, write letters to her house.
Yeah, that would have been the last nigga I would cheated on.
Yeah. I just wanted to be done so bad, thinking that would help. It didn't.
Yeah,
it didn't.
Seems that it may have worsened the situation.
I was just gonna say it added fuel to the fire, and he went from mentally ill to unhinged,
mentally unstable.
He spiraled, yeah. And then we spent a year in the spiral, and then it just gave stalker. And the last I knew, he was actually in jail because he sold drugs for the Mexican cartel. Isn't that crazy?
That is.
He hasn't wrote me letters from prison though, thank God.
That is good. God is good.
Yep, all the time. So I did cheat.
Cheater, pumpkin eater.
I ate that pumpkin up, too. I ate 2 pumpkins up.
Good.
Did not give me my freedom back, tell you that much. So,
oh, damn.
I don't know if I have any advice for that. Because there's nothing I could have done different.
Right.
High school sweethearts, my first everything. My first harassment order with the police, and I don't even believe in involving police in my personal matters.
Right.
I like to handle mine on my own, but
right. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta,
yeah. I mean,
for the sake of safety.
Right. No, seriously, because that shit is scary as fuck.
Yeah, it got scary once. I would have different phone numbers calling me, or actually, while I was with my last ex, he still would reach out. So it'd be 5 years broken up, 2 relationships past him, and he would still be texting me off anonymous numbers, calling, telling me you're beautiful, stay beautiful, you're always going to be so I'm like, who? I'm thinking it's my ex-boyfriend that I was with on and off, that I was actually on and off with. I got to give all these people nicknames for these stories. Yeah. To protect their identity.
Yeah, soon enough. And no.
Yeah, well, and so
Right.
my current ex is an asshole. He probably would
Right.
send us a cease and desist. Lucky me.
Damn.
Yeah, like I just...
Mm-mm. I don't know.
I didn't cheat for a lick back. I cheated for
Freedom.
Don't cheat for freedom. It doesn't work.
Right. I don't know. I was cheated on. Probably more times than I knew, honestly.
Yeah.
But I mean, the one that I found out about, the nigga had a baby. So like, it's not. I couldn't make that shit up. Like, you know what I
Woof.
mean? And at first he was like, I don't know if the baby
If there's if the
boy-
baby is in question, go to hell with the baby and her.
Because boy, what the fuck? Fuck you and not the baby no more.
I'm
'cause
saying the baby.
I fuck with that baby. Well,
Oh, the baby
he's a kid now, but
Oh, okay. I mean,
right, it's his brother.
I'm gonna give 10% fuck you.
Fuck you for the situation. Well,
Yeah,
actually,
fuck you for
thank
the-
you, because he sucks. Like, he is the trash ass boyfriend. Like, you know what I mean? There was nothing really good about
Yeah.
the relationship that we had. Like, I can't think of many good times that we had. We
The cons
argued,
always outweighs the pros.
yeah, we like because at this point, like, I've grown from the situation.
100%.
So like that shit don't hurt me no more. I don't care.
I think mine are funny now.
Okay,
I'm like, what
I
the
sit in the
fuck?
room with his 2 baby moms all the time.
Yeah.
I don't care. And outside of him being there, like I've taken shots with just about all them bitches. Like
We saw one of them at a bar one time, and
Andy.
I just want to say, and I'm saying this unbiased, Brittany is superior. And
Yeah,
I've
'cause
witnessed the
right.
outfit. I witnessed the back fat. I've witnessed the bow-leggedness.
Because I don't care
I said, is that a
anymore.
red-nosed pit or is that a woman?
It was she. She was her. But
We're praying for you.
Right.
We wish you well.
But you know, like that's your like, you know what I mean? That shit
No.
don't hurt me no more. So, bitch, shit, we could talk shit about him. We was just talking shit about him on Halloween while
Yep.
he was in the other room. Fuck
It
you.
gives John Tucker Must Die.
Right.
I wanted to do that to my ex so bad because you were. Should I get into that story about the ugly Christmas sweater party?
Oh, we just talked about that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we just talked about that.
So my ex-boyfriend cheated on me throughout our entire relationship. I found out after, like recently,
Mm-hmm.
he had cheated on me again. Like we were on and off. In the span of 5 years, we broke up 8 times and got back together, which that's the definition of insanity, doing the same thing and expecting different results. Like, I don't know. I mean, the dick was phenomenal, but like it's never phenomenal enough to get back with someone for the 7th or 8th time.
Mhm.
Truly. Like it's just crazy. But one of the times we had we were talking about getting back together. We weren't actually together. So I do have to give that full disclaimer. We were not together. And he threw a ugly Christmas sweater party. And I was there with my best friend, Ashley. And I had Britt meet us at his house where the party was. And there was one girl there who was like following him in and out of the room, like trying to like, you could tell she wanted to give co-host vibes. And I was like, bitch, I ordered like $190 worth of pizza. I brought food. I brought bottles. Like first of all, I'm the lady of this house. Second of all, I'm the co-host.
Right.
I was watching her up her ass, mean mugging her, pointing, talking shit. Come to find out, his side bitch was at the party the whole time, and it was not the bitch I was like concerned and pressed about. His side bitch, we kissed in the middle of the party, and shortly thereafter, when Brittany got there, the girl that his side bitch, wrote Brittany and said, what did she say?
She said
I don't remember because full disclaimer, during the party I drank an entire bottle of rum to myself.
Cause ew. But
Yeah. Bacardi, I need to preface this. Bacardi Limon at that. Like who do I think I am?
had you in a
Biggie?
chokehold, right?
Like I don't think I've ever drank it ever
Desperate
again.
Housewife vibes.
I gotta get
Nah,
it. Yeah.
right, no pun intended. But
It
like,
was like
I didn't mean it like that. But
no, that's
the
the reality of that relationship. I was literally like, together we look so good.
Mm-hmm.
What was happening behind doors was misery. And Helen, my grandma's name is Helen. She says all the time, like, she's so happy I didn't marry him and we didn't progress like as a family because I would have been a miserable housewife. Like we looked so good, but nothing happening was good. Like And that's what he cared about, was the image of that relationship. He wanted to be in everybody's faces, partying, fun, around when other people were around. But when I needed him or it was just us, it was never... It was,
and he wasn't the greatest party time fun when when we had parties.
Either of the parties.
I mean, right, twice we hung out. Well, twice we partied together. The first time, it was barely anything because everybody was drunk by the time I got there. Yeah. Especially you. So it was like, well, the bitch texts me and the girl, because, I mean.
Yeah, me and her have had conversations. Right. She refers to me as friend now, which I think is dramatic and aggressive, but we're cordial.
She texts me and she said, are they together?
Yes.
And I was like, I mean, yeah, as far as I know, they've been together since,
years on and off.
Like, right. At this point in time, like, you guys were, like, on and off for, like, the whole year. Like, the summer before type shit. Yes. I don't remember, because this was a long ass time ago. Yeah. And then she was like, oh, well, that's that's not just her, man. And I was like, ooh. And then this is as she's outside in the car.
She's leaving while she's writing it.
The lights on in her car while she was sitting across the street. Like, literally, because the way the blinds were open, the lights are on.
You could see his street and his driveway from...
Then my dumb man's going to tell Ari.
I think this is your favorite part.
I should have waited till I left. I should have done the same thing she did. And my dumb man's going to tell Ari. I'm reading the messages to her. It wasn't about it was 0.06 seconds. And she said, whoop, and then she ran down the stairs. I was like...
He was in the basement at the time. He went... I grabbed her phone. I saw red. I wanted full disclosure. I had that Bacardi Limon again, everybody.
Right.
I drank a whole bottle.
Red. It was black. It was
there was nothing. I was not home. I snatched Brittany's phone. I charged down those basement stairs like a hippopotamus on a mission and showed him the messages. He was also blacked out drunk, looked at me, and continued to sort the recycling. I was so drunk, I said, give me a kiss.
I wouldn't have not wanted
I didn't want a kiss. I wanted to punch him in his mouth. And he looked at me and said, no. So all of this, from this part of the story on, is all alleged. Allegedly, I went upstairs, because he does have a pistol permit, and he does have a few guns. I went to go tip over the safe and the dresser where he kept his stuff. Mm-hmm. However, I was drunk, and that dresser and safe had at least 200 pounds on me. I couldn't tip it over, and his bedroom door was open, so his friend came up the stairs and seen me, and he was like, what are you doing? And I was like, fuck him! Cheat and bait! Like, just snapping, going off. And his friend was like, he used to be the captain of our football team. Why don't you just talk to him?
What the fuck does that mean?
As soon as he said that, the unhinged...
What does that mean,
what, though? Like, I don't... Yeah, he's loyal to you guys. He's not loyal to... He can lead you. He's leading me to the pits of hell.
Right. Like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Tomato fucking potato. Like...
So then, when I realized I couldn't tip the dresser and the safe over, I went down into the kitchen, and I knew he stored the pizza I purchased in the oven. Mm-hmm. So I thought I turned the oven on, trying to set things on fire. I then turned all the burners on, and in hopes to allegedly have a small house fire.
Yeah, this is all news to me. I don't remember none of this.
I left the house because I also obviously thought I was sleeping over. You shouldn't sleep over after you find out you get cheated on. Especially because I was going to not have to, but I was going to sleep in his bed.
I do remember leaving this.
I left.
You had somebody else's car, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I left and I was walking. His godbrother was walking in. And me and his godbrother had been friends for years. We've known each other before that relationship. We still speak now. We say hi. We don't, we're not super close, but I just remember going off and being like, tell him I hope he chokes. And I was just going a little crazy.
Right.
And then ironically, as I'm sitting in my car, blacked out drunk, like, what am I going to do? I need help. My friend Bobby walks up. Shout out to Bobby, because like, I feel like our friendship grew so much stronger. He let me, there was a party 2 doors down for his friend who just became a cop. He was like, come with me, like, sober up. I'll feed you. Like, I'll watch out for you. Like, just have a breath. Like, I know you're going through it. And I stayed with Bobby for hours until I was, like, sober and okay. I drove home and, like, just hanging out with Bobby. And at the time, while I was at that party, my ex-boyfriend's godbrother wrote me. I was just like, what is happening? I was like, he has bitches, da-da-da. And his godbrother wrote, or no. He would, just made sure I was okay, actually. And then I saw him, like, 3 or 4 days later because my friends wanted to go out to celebrate my birthday, which is around Christmas. And I saw his godbrother, and he was like, what was all that about? And I was like, I found out he was cheating on me when the side bitch was there. And he was like, he's always cheated. There's always other bitches. He was like, he actually told me you guys weren't together like that. So, of course, dumb bitch plastered across my forehead. When we got back together about a month and a half after that, which, he came up with this elaborate lie of we weren't together, which was true. We weren't actually not together at that time. But we were talking about it, and he was like, I was fucking with her, and she knew what it was. She didn't know what it was. You were misleading both of us. She wasn't like, you lied and tried to downplay what you had with her because you wanted us to get back together. Like, but I told him, I was like, and your godbrother told me you always had bitches to die. So he beat up his godbrother because I told him that, which is, don't give up advice. Don't give up your source. Don't ever. It's not, you don't get loyalty points for somebody who is disloyal. You do not get loyalty points. You just look dumber than fuck.
Yeah, never give up your source, because then they can be your source. I'm usually the source for a lot of people, and I've noticed not to involve myself, because goddamn, like, now when he see me in a room, now he like, this snitch ass bitch. Like,
do you think my ex thought that of you?
No more, huh?
I wonder if my ex ever thought that of you.
I don't think so, because he didn't remember me the second time I met him.
Okay,
he didn't remember that whole thing.
Yeah, he didn't remember, and unfortunately.
And then we seen each other that hip hop karaoke, and he didn't really notice me. He didn't. I'm like, hey, because like he was standing as we were walking out, so I'm like. Hey.
He stood outside our section.
Yeah, I remember.
Was that? Was that a month ago? About a month. So. Yeah, about a month ago, he stood outside the VIP section we were in because he was also working security. They
didn't give working security. He came attending.
He is one of the bouncers at the place we were at, but he doesn't work that day. That's why I went to that place.
Because I seen the actual bouncers that were working.
Yep. So he then came and did fake security directly outside our section for a while. I mean, he came and went, but
I just kept seeing him walk past.
He would not leave. He just had to be in my face, and like got the lick back because the person he didn't want me to be friends with anymore. It's my boo always.
Right.
Was in the section, so I purposely made out with him. Not made out, we kissed and stuff. Like,
right. Shit, boy, fuck you.
I another time found out he was cheating on me because I don't know if it was hormones or intuition or both, but I woke up in the middle of the night enraged at him for no reason. And I went on Instagram, and he has a non-for-profit, and he does give back to Buffalo and for underprivileged youth athletes and stuff, and I went through the following. And I know before he had a flyer, and there was combined multiple businesses on that flyer, and I went and found one of the businesses, and it was a nail shop. And I was like, why would a nail shop be giving back to youth in Buffalo when that nail shop is in Rochester?
Right.
So I then went to the owner's personal page, and she had his name in the bio with the red heart, so I sent him the screenshot at like 4 a.m., and I just said ? And he was like, who told you to go look for this? I said, who is this? Are you guys together? Who told you to look for this? I said, you're not answering my question. Of course they were together.
Narcissist.
I actually recently realized it, but his bachelor's degree is in behavioral psychology. I never stood a chance. Someone who has a 4-year degree, a consistent degree. He didn't go to a community, and then he went to a major university in the area and studied behavioral psychology. He knew how to be. He grew up finessing people and trying to people please and in and out of systems. I didn't stand a chance. I actually have been cheated on by everybody, every man I've dated.
Damn. That's crazy.
And two, the thing is though, in real self-reflection, I date people who are still finding themselves or have really crazy mother wounds and are whole and I know it's not me. I know it's them and things they're going through because I mean,
Right.
I can't fix you, so.
Right. Ever.
Yeah.
Do you ever think that you will be in a relationship where somebody won't cheat on you, or do you think that's like unrealistic?
I don't know, because now,
Now that we unpack that,
this is why we don't need therapy. We have the pod.
unpacking
An
everything.
A and B
as it comes.
conversation. That's my therapy, an A and B conversation.
No, literally.
Shout out to AB Combo 19. But to me, and truly in my heart of hearts, cheating to me is not an end all be all. It's the things that aren't happening to fulfill me. Like if you have an abundant, because I know mistakes happen. I've made mistakes, and I've cheated once with true intention to cheat. But like I've made mistakes that have cut people deeper than anybody's cheating could ever cut me. And it wasn't, not on purpose, but everybody's triggers are so different. And mine isn't cheating. It's not being fulfilled. My love language is quality time. My secondary is physical touch, and those things my tank not being full that way hurts me so much more than cheating does. Like,
right. But to me, it would seem as if those are that's your love language, and that if that's not fulfilled, to me, it would seem like cheating would be end all be all, because you spending time with other people, like somebody else, or you giving that affection to them and not to me. I'm not being fulfilled because, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're not doing what you're supposed to do on this side of it all.
See, I think like even if somebody, like if I had a man that like quality time me down, physical touch me down, like he could get drunk and fuck with somebody else.
Right. Right.
And a one night thing, and that wouldn't negate like years of just him being the perfect person to me. It was a mistake. Like
right.
I might trip and fall on a dick too. Just joking. I've done it once. I would never do it again. I've never done it again. I never cheated after that. Mentally fucking unstable, scary
situation.
Yeah.
Right.
That relationship was 4 years of just sheer insanity and like a lot of scary close calls and like, just so much unsafety. Like, I don't regret cheating at all. I wish I did it sooner. What about you? Do you think you'll have a partner that won't cheat someday?
I don't know. I would hope to.
Of course.
Obviously.
I hope you hope so, at least.
Oh, right.
For all of you, too. So, we hope you hope so.
Right. But there hasn't been many relationships that I've seen that it hasn't happened.
I was just going to say that me and you grew up with our example of relationships was so dysfunctional. And so, like, I feel sad for our younger selves. What we saw as romantic love was so, like...
Yeah. Even, like, grandparents. Like, my grandma was divorced with my grandpa before I was even born.
Yeah.
Like, and she had her sugar daddy. Her sugar daddy was together longer than
her and her husband.
Her husband. But, like, he was beating the shit out of her and, like, threatening her life all the time. Like, good for you, babe, for divorcing that psychopath that is my grandpa.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. Like, I do think that it could happen. And I would hope for that. But I haven't had a love where I'm like, nigga, you cheated on me. Let's make that shit work.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Because my baby daddy cheated on me. It took us a little bit to get up off of each other.
Yeah.
But
you faded out.
But it wasn't hard to do. Like, right. You know what I mean? Like, after a realization, like really realizing it, like, this nigga is not even for you. Like, what are you fighting for? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not for you.
Yeah.
It's like, you know.
Yeah.
Why?
You know what's so crazy is even, like, I think the only person I don't forgive cheating was my ex. Let's call him James. He cheated right after one of me and Kara's good friends passed away from cancer. And so he moved to Atlanta. I moved to New York City. We agreed to do long distance. And he was cheating on me with somebody back home, and I found out a week after she passed. So I just moved to a new city. I don't know anybody. You're cheating, and my friend died. Like, it gave a dark hole really quick and, like, a really intense depression spurt for me, because I'm like, all right, you were a constant for me. You're gone. My friend is dead. So, it's not even like I could communicate with her.
Yeah.
And then I'm here in a city where I don't really know people. Like, him, I don't forgive for cheating, and he's married with a daughter and still on occasion views my Instagram stories, and I'm like, you are up to this same shit. And he is significantly older than me. When I was 21, he was 28 going on 29. Like,
right. And
You're
still
up to
doing
the same shit.
That's why I like, it's hard to forgive a cheat, because to me that cheat can evolve to more cheats.
Yeah.
Not that one situation is
Right.
bigger than the other. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's just a frequency of cheats
Constant
that could go on.
wounds.
It's like, God damn, I'm not even over the first one.
And here
And
you
I
go.
was right, you know, I pushed through.
Yeah.
You could push through as much as you fucking possibly can. But like, I feel like once somebody cheats, their emotions start changing. Things start being different. And like, it's like, now you're not fulfilling me in multiple ways.
Yeah.
Like, now you're cheating, and I'm not feeling the same connection with you anymore. And you're not around as much.
Yeah.
And I feel some type of way when you are around, because the things aren't as they were previously to that. So it's like, it's a snowball of
Hurt.
emotions, you know?
Yeah.
So it's hard to get over something like that. And when you do, it's like, it's hard to get past it and stay past it. Like, you know what I mean? One missed phone call, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? And who are you with? And where you at? And answer the phone. Like, you know what I mean?
Anytime
Like,
somebody I romantically or sexually care about misses my call, I think they just want to see me in person. You want me to show up? And I have zero fucking qualms about it, and I will show up. I have a car. I will put mileage on that bitch without a thought. I actually read a book, and it was more so geared about mother-daughter relationships, but the statement that they used applied for all relationships. And typically for every one hurt, you have to do 5 to 7 grand gestures to wipe away the one hurt. And I feel like, and I feel like for me, that's the issue with the cheating. Like, I could move forward from it, but what are you implementing to help me move on? Like, to help me forgive you, to help me feel like I'm a valued person, somebody that's cared about in this relationship. And especially because my love language is quality time. Like, we could just hang out at your house.
Right.
Gets me every time.
Right.
Running errands gets love it here. You want to go to Wegmans? Love you. Let's go to Target. Love it.
Right.
But like, I've never had a partner who cared about the makeup. They were just like, you're going to be with me. Like, I actually was reflecting. I've never been asked to be anybody's girlfriend. I've been told by 4 people, you're my girl. You're my girlfriend.
Right.
Period. I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel like that's how I know, like, one thing for me once that person is my forever person is when they ask me to be their girlfriend. Like,
Right.
how considerate.
Like, that's cute. Thank you for asking.
Like, yes.
Because
duh.
no, I'm just kidding.
Of course.
But at least you have the option.
Right. Not like, okay, thanks.
Right. Right.
Consent. Consent. Like, yeah. It's,
It's trifling.
We should have definitely gave like a trigger warning disclosure for this episode. This shit might hurt.
Right.
Trigger warning.
Right. It fucking sucks. Shit like that sucks. And it's just like, it's like a lot of times there's no, you're putting a Band-Aid over it, but you're not caring for it. You're not doing what needs to be done to make it heal. Like, you know what I mean? You're just throwing that fucking Band-Aid on it, ripping it the fuck off, and calling it a day. Like, you're not doing anything for it. You know what I mean? And that is definitely what lacks. I think I just seen something.
It's emotional neglect.
Right, right. And people don't, I don't think that they know that you do have to still put that time in.
You have to make up. Like, you started to dig a hole, you have to fill that hole back up and then some. Like, you need to make it a mountain, not a hole. Like, it's so unfortunate. But I think too, like, I mean, now, you know, like when you were talking about your baby dad, like, thank God, you know, like,
baby,
thank God.
Because I probably have 3 kids by now. That nigga got kids on kids on kids. Hell no, better you than me, babe.
There's a quote, and it's like, I mean, I'm botching it like crazy, but like, thank God I didn't get the things I prayed for. What?
Imagine that.
Oh. I would be with my ex-boyfriend with kids, and he wanted 8 kids. He wanted me during COVID. He'd be drunk out of his mind. You need to move in. Not an ask. Right. It's a demand. I need to, like, thank God I don't live on the east side of Buffalo. Thank God I don't have kids by, like, a true narcissist. Somebody who's just...
Intentionally unintentional.
That he intentionally, because if I didn't do, or like, operate the way he wanted me to, he would withhold quality time. Which if you can't quality time, you can't physical touch me. So
Right.
my love tank is in the negative. Like, do you think you have trust issues? Yeah.
They're probably inspired from my daddy. But
Yeah.
because, you know, like he never broke my trust, but I watched him break my mom time and time again. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, I mean, he's done the work to make it better, but like, you know,
you don't forget. You can forgive, but you don't forget.
Girl, at all. And my dad used to like, he used to be really big with like gifting. Like once he does something wrong, like let's go shopping. Let me go get this. I know you want this, or no, like, you know what I mean? And it would just be that's how he made things work. And it's just like, probably why I like gifts. That's probably why I didn't like it at first. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I do remember there was one time we were playing,
not at your first house that was on our street, your second house. And then like it was really late. Like it was dark. And we were never allowed. They would keep our hot yellow asses in the house. Like if the streetlights were on, me and Brittany were not outside, but we were playing in your house. And he got a call and he walked out of the room and he came back and he told your mom, "I got to go to work." And I just like I remember your mom just like the hurt that washed over her. And I was too young to know like that bigger picture. But you know now like older and like growing up and just like the way like those things. Like my mom used to beat my dad up often when he would cheat. He's a little man and he deserves to get his ass beat. Shout out to Christina.
Because she knew.
She knew. Yeah, my dad actually cheated on my mom when she was pregnant. So once she had me, she beat the girl up and then beat my dad up. Yeah. And
girl,
there's never a delay. Like you can
Did
always get your lick back.
Obviously you couldn't. Did you live there? No, you couldn't have lived there. I remember my dad was cheating on my mom with the neighbor, and it's the neighbor that moved in your house after you left.
Okay. So I was like, which because I'm thinking it was the one in between us, and I was like,
no. She lived right above your papa.
Oh, okay.
And
and even worse, your dad knows that's how through and through because it was my house. So he knows where to creep and crawl, which way to get out.
So I remember my mom hated this bitch and she couldn't wait to catch her ass. Ooh, she couldn't wait. And like being young, like obviously, like I only knew bits and pieces, but like this piece I remember. And I remember she seen her pull up one day. And and she left out the house. She had her house phone in her hand. So she left out the house with her house phone. I think she was on the phone. She was on her cell phone, but she had her house phone. She walked past. They met each other like you know, the gate right here.
Gate, yeah.
She's walking across the street. My mom is walking towards her. She met her right here, and she was acting as if she was going to go see Shannon.
Oh yeah, my cousin that lived 2 doors down.
Girl, they met right here. My mom beat the fuck out of her at her own fucking house. My mom did go to jail. That is not- She gonna fucking my dad bailed her out, so whatever. Yeah. But you know, shit like that is like I don't ever want to be in situations like that. Yeah. I don't ever want like.
I feel like that's just not fair to do to kids, like. Cause now look at us.
I see my mom beat bitches up on a multitude of occasions.
My mom beat my dad up so much.
Nah, my mom was beating them bitches up. Okay, because she was staying with her man. Her man.
Christina said, not only am I going to replace you, I'm going to get your best friend. And then he's going to act fucking stupid and I'm going to get his cousin. And that is a story of me and my brothers and their dads and my dad. And
Damn.
It's so funny because it's so like you turned into Christina. It's not my man. And me, I made Jennifer.
Yeah.
I am writing it out with this man.
Right, figuring the fuck out.
I'm trying to figure it out for the 7th, 8th time.
Right.
I'm hopeful.
Right.
I have the utmost hope and delusion that it could work out.
Period. That's because me and Christina, we Aries. So
yeah,
we gonna let that shit the fuck go.
Yeah.
Because I just don't. It's just like, at what point? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think as I mature,
when I see so much pain, so much hurt, and I've seen that with not only just my mom, my grandma,
so many friends we have,
my sister, like, you know what I mean? And then my friends, and then it's just like, you know, like some shit. I am happy to learn from somebody else. Like, I am so happy to, like, because some shit there's just shit that I won't do or some shit that I won't tolerate.
You and I have, what's my ex-friend and somebody you're cordial with, like, the way she gets cheated on and publicly disrespected, and I guess the best way I would put it is humbled, like, because that man will tell her they're not together, but then spin around and say they're together, right. And then having kids on her, and then coming back. Like, that is a lesson I learned.
Also a narcissist.
Yeah.
Also a narcissist.
Yeah.
And I am happy to learn from her mistakes. Then she will keep
I think
on
for
doing.
me, the cheating, like, an end-all be-all is having a baby on me. If you start a family, and I mean this in the most disrespectful but also, like, detached way, go be a father. Go be with that woman. Make a family unit work, because I have nothing left for you. I have no respect for you.
It's just not going to work. Like, it's just not going to work.
Yeah.
Like, I watched my mom do it. That, too. Like, you know what I mean? And so when it happened to me...
Cut it loose.
Couldn't have been anything he could have done. Like, cause
you
like,
could have not patched that hole
bitch,
up.
I remember when I found out. I remember going to my best friend's house. I cried about it. I took my son. Me and my son sleeping over her house. Like, we ain't got a house to stay in. But I needed somebody.
Yeah, you needed a break in a space.
And it was after that, like, it was easy, like, because it obviously didn't. It wasn't something that happened like very quick.
Right.
And there were like things that had to happen.
Especially
for
in a
me to,
co-parenting,
you know what I mean? For me to really, really get over it. Yeah. But, like, it was never like, me and him are together. No. Now we're not. Now we are. Now we're, like, you know what I mean? And it's fine to be like that. But, like, it was always, we're not together. Yeah. And then, like, we would dibble that back and forth. But very much, like, it wasn't, like, we didn't hold so many emotional ties because we knew that we weren't together. Yeah. And then once I found a new man... Girl, I never will look back. It took me to fuck one man for me to be like,
and I am not pro hoe life, but you have to get under somebody to get over somebody. Like, I've never gotten under somebody and been like, I just miss him.
Girl.
I am thrilled when I'm under somebody. Like, I have the utmost momentum when I'm under somebody to get over somebody.
Girl.
Especially, like, after the second, third session, like, who?
Listen. You make something.
The emojis in the context.
You make something in mine tingle. It's over for anybody else. Now I'm on you till I'm on somebody else, or I can't say that because like I can be off for. Can I? I don't know, but
I hope, if you don't have to, don't.
Right. I'm like, can I be off of a man because I have yet to do
you
that,
can be
so
under
I guess
him,
not.
To
right.
the side of him. You don't got to be on him.
But yeah, I just don't feel like it's necessary to just keep hurting yourself for no fucking reason. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Hurt yourself with a new nigga if that's the fucking case, or like or just...
To me, I am so. I want to make this work. Let's try. Like, I have to have my enough is enough moment, and it takes so much for me to get there. But there is nothing more exciting than starting over. He does not know your flaws. He does not know all of your fucked up personalities. He doesn't know about your piece of shit family.
Girl, you could be a whole different bitch.
And he likes it.
You can just change it.
He is intrigued. The honeymoon phase is phenomenal. Start over. If you are not happy, start over.
Please.
There's so much to look forward to.
No, literally, I'm fucking begging you because, like, it feels so good. Like, new shit feels so fucking good. Starting a new project, that shit feels so fucking good.
A new haircut, a new pair of shoes,
a new favorite food. Like, you know what I mean? Anything that's new.
A new dick feels usually great.
Hopefully.
If not, call us. We got something to send you.
Okay, we're going to figure that shit the fuck out.
We're here with you. I actually remember, too, like, one of the things that helped me get through with my ex that, my on and off, my longer relationship, there was actually a housewife of New York, and she is, like, the dumbest bitch, and I can't stand her, so I'm not going to say her name. She's so fucking ignorant, but she was with her husband, committed, owned properties, owned businesses, had a daughter that was a teenager, and he cheated on her publicly in like, New York City, like, magazines and newspapers after 25 years. And 25 years of marriage, so I'm sure they dated for some years. And I always tell myself, like, if that housewife can do it after 25 years of owning properties and businesses and having a teenage daughter who's old enough to can fully understand this. Like, I could do it after 5.
Yeah, because especially like shit like that, like marriage, that's a whole contract in itself. And
Right.
separating after having businesses and just life
When
in
you
general,
have their last name.
like that's
typically.
so, right. That's so fucking much.
Yeah.
That's
And it's a
so
lot of money to
fucking
change your
much.
name.
Not for nothing.
Yeah.
Like that's first and foremost.
To go back to your name. And
Right,
like
your-
25 years of an identity and a life
and
you
just
had.
splitting your entire life after that.
Yeah.
Like 25 years of living, like
Being
having
a unit.
so
25
many
years
things.
of being with one person, like you and your and then it's gone.
Business, houses,
Mhm.
everything.
And just explaining that to your daughter without, like, I guess the way the housewife went about it, like trying not to put her daughter in the middle and letting her still have her relationship with her dad. Like, I can't imagine how hard that is.
And it's especially hard when you're a teenager. Coming from teenage Britney, we be knowing, like, you know what I mean, like, so it's certain shit that parents are just like, they don't want to involve their kids into it, but kids be already involved in it, like, you know
I think
what I mean?
it's worse to act like they don't know, or
No,
like not have a
literally.
conversation or not offer some type of therapy.
You
like,
think that they're not on social media? You think that they can't Google some shit? Like, you know what I
or
mean?
just too,
or
like
just
I
they
was
live
like
there.
this was, what I experienced at your house was pre-social media, but I know her when I seen your mom's face, like her energy and her aura changed. Like, I feel like that's just like a major parenting tip. Like, if there is some dysfunction or infidelity in your marriage, look out for yourself first, but get your kids some therapy. Don't act like it's not happening. Don't act like they're not aware. Like, I work in an elementary school. Kids tell fucking business. What? I just had a little boy talking to me about his mom going to rehab and how she's back and better.
That is so good for her.
Like, don't pretend your
shade,
kids
no
don't
tea,
know.
but right,
Like, your kids know everything, and they're like, kids pick up on energy always.
Right. If not that kid, then other kids.
100%.
Parents be talking.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
That's a fact.
kids will know the most random shit about other people's families or about random shit about all types of shit.
Yeah.
Because
And I can't imagine how hurtful that is if you're a kid to find out your parents are cheating on each other through a classmate, through somebody that lives on your street. Like,
no. Because my grandma, her sugar daddy, he had a daughter and she worked at my school, and I would see her all the time, and like I would be like, such and such came and brought me Burger King, such and such came and brought me McDonald's, and then I would get
you
to
told
my
his daughter this?
because I didn't realize what was happening. I knew her like I knew like our family knew her family, like, you know what I mean, and like my grandma, she ran the business that her sugar daddy owned. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, very, very close. When I was born, she was working at, like, it was a restaurant. So, she was working at the restaurant. She dropped everything just to go, like, so, like, he was very involved with my life. But I didn't know I was on, like, 7, 8. I didn't know to what extensity. I didn't know he had a fucking wife. My grandma did. She was dead ass wrong.
Have you ever been the other woman? No?
Hell no.
Oh, wow. You were just a beacon of... Wow.
It wasn't for anything other. Like, it's not that I'm like, oh, boy,
that
fuck
you
know
and her,
of,
at least.
That's tea. That too. But, I don't know. At my old ass age, it's like being a part of something like that, it's not fucking funny. It's not like, you know what I mean?
It's very much Jordan
Woods. It's embarrassing as fuck.
I don't need your situation.
Yeah.
I want that on a t-shirt. I want that on a baby crop tee. I don't need your situation.
Yeah. It's embarrassing.
Like, for me, it's just exhausting because, I mean, I've been the girlfriend and been, like, pressing the other woman, making them uncomfortable, having all my friends mean mug. Like, it's... Being on the opposite end and being the other woman is exhausting. And it's so much negative energy coming your way. Like, it's not worth just dick. There's so many dicks to catch. Like, don't catch the one that is going to cause you so much, like, distress.
No, literally. Because that's fucking stressful as fuck.
Yeah.
To have to carry on that way.
It's like you're adopting relationship drama with somebody you're not in a relationship with, and just to wrestle around in the sheets.
Yeah, no, it don't fucking matter. It shouldn't matter that much.
No.
Have you ever came to you as a woman?
They came to you.
Well, okay, that don't count.
Has anyone came to me as a woman? No. Mm-mm. I've always found out after the fact or from like, God brothers, my own cousin. Bitch, she should have told me in the party.
No, literally.
Just like, no, I've always found out from other ways. Social media tells on themselves and shit like that. So, no. I also don't know how, like, I'm temperament. I'm a reactive person. I don't know if I would respond well. So please don't come to me as a woman. Send a friend. Send a messenger. Because I, if you come to me as a woman, I can't guarantee I won't be reactive and bop you in the face and then go bop him, then go bop his mom, and then go bop his granny.
Right.
Has anyone come to you as a woman?
No, I feel like the universe is the woman that always comes to me. I always find it out.
Always.
The mere, I can just be minding my black ass fucking business. And then boop, right in my fucking head. Boop, right in the fucking face. It's right there. So it's just the way that the cookie crumbles for me.
Which, I mean, it that feeling of like hot stomach ache, dizzy, distress is horrible. But like for those going through it, it will pass.
This too shall pass.
Yeah, it goes away.
Right.
Things get easier with time. Time doesn't heal all, but time changes so much that most of that stuff becomes irrelevant anyways.
Didn't even matter. I couldn't even remember the feeling that I felt when I found out anymore. So let that be a lesson.
You know what's I think I obviously was in it, but like I can't stand when I'm in a situationship or just a fling and their ex-girlfriend is like half stepping.
Because they'd still be fucking. That's why.
I've had multiple situationships.
Hell.
I mean, the last one, shout out to Mr. Vitamin D.
Right. But that's because they were still fucking.
Yeah, his ex definitely was like in my business. And one of the times I went over there, actually, her bra was on the banister. And he was so stressed and tried to cover it. And I'm like, you are not mine.
Right.
You are mine for the hours I'm with you. And then it's like a DVD. It's like a Blockbuster. I give you right back. I give you right back for someone else to rent. Like,
right.
Yeah, but I can't stand like the dipping and dabbing. I do it, so I don't, I can't,
I guess you can
just,
only.
I can relate to all parts. Much, like being the situationship and being the ex, it's stupid.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks. I'm just going back and forth and not being so sure about things and shit like that. That shit would really fuck you up. So I feel like more than anything, just protect your peace. Protect your peace and protect the things that you can control. Because a lot of things
Only
are
focus on the things you
uncontrollable.
can
Like, you know what I
control.
mean? You can't control if somebody's going to cheat on
Nope.
you. You can't control how somebody's going to treat you. You can't control that.
Nope.
You can only control yourself.
Yeah.
So, like, you have to protect your peace in a way that you're the only one that can control that situation. Control your happiness. Like, you know what I mean? Anything other than that, shit, as long as you're happy with yourself, it's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. Like, you know what I mean? But
and no shame to the people who stick it out. Like, sometimes, that's just what your relationship,
hard.
that was your journey. Like, that was
shit's hard.
supposed to be a part of you guys' story, and you guys might grow stronger from it, or your family might work out, or your marriage might grow stronger, but
right, shit's hard.
both decisions are not easy to stay or to go. My advice is always get your lick back and never. I think one all of my regrets is leaving gracefully. I wish I went out in a blaze of glory. No pun intended. Every single fucking time. I wish I caused the utmost physical, emotional, and mental disruption.
Right.
Because and for me it works. I know a lot of people have strong feelings about it. I'm a text breaker-upper. I'm breaking up with you in a text message. I don't care if we were on and off for 5 years. I don't care if we were consistent for 4. Like, you're getting
I think
a text breakup.
Right. I think for me, leaving gracefully would hurt the other person a lot fucking more. Like, you know what I mean? Once you're done, once you cut the ties and stuff like that. For me anyways, because I mean, obviously, I'm a big ass fucking fireball half the time anyways. Duh. But I feel like so many times where I've just like, just like let it be, let go, let God. It just be like it feels a lot better. But my advice would probably
I'm been broken up with my ex for a year and some change. I still want to get my lick back just off the sake of you wasted a good chunk of my youth.
Right.
Like selling me this dream,
Right.
misleading me,
Right.
manipulating me, and controlling me.
Right. But you see, not being the angry person,
Yeah.
not being so mad. What are you getting? He's following you around the club. You see it like he sees you all the time.
But he's also talking shit.
Right, but he's expecting you to respond
Be
to him.
crazy.
He's expecting you to do all this shit.
Yeah.
That's why he keeps on keeping on. If you were overreactive and you did give him what he wanted,
What he's used to.
you would be right back in that nigga bed.
I was
butt
gonna
naked.
say that.
Like
Okay, and to go back in the story, my ex is an Aries, so Sagittarius, like, duh, we were toxic, and I had a blast. Like, fuck you.
It's fun.
I'm gonna
It's
call
fun.
him Alan.
It's always gonna
That's
be
not his-
98% great ass. Good.
I miss his grandma too. We had a pretty decent relationship. We were cool people. I miss her.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot in common,
Right.
but she helped raise a bitch.
Yep. And still doing that. So
There's
there's that.
Yeah, I feel like you just like when you have your person, none of this is a factor. You know, God willing, like maybe it's just a bump in you guys' road, but like
There is happiness to be found.
there is, and
Whether
there,
it's
like,
with somebody or not at all. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? There is
I've
happiness
been
that
loving being single.
I would love to
I got
be in
a
relationship,
flavor of the
but,
week.
You know, you do whatever you want to do. You
Yeah.
make your own
I actually
fucking
don't.
happiness.
I wish I did.
You don't,
I'm
but
lying
you
on the pod.
But you
capping on the
could. Like, you could.
I could,
It's a
but-
possibility.
Blech. That's just all pretend I do, okay? Let's pretend I have a flavor of the week. I have like, it's in seasons. I had a flavor of the summer.
Mm-hmm.
It's November, which I'm still rocking strong.
Exactly.
No nut November.
Mhm.
No drinking November.
Mm-hmm.
No dumb shit November. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I'm probably going to do dickless December, too, at this
Ooh.
rate.
God damn.
Yeah. I don't know what I could say for January.
Right. I don't know.
Just alone
Some
January.
things for you change very, very fast.
Oh my
like,
God.
It'd
It
be like,
will be one night out, and then it's like, boom.
It's like this. So,
Yeah. That's one
I
thing I
mean-
think I look forward to. Like, my life, I never know what's coming or going or who's coming or going.
Mhm.
And, you know, I might meet a man tonight and I will have a new story to tell. I
Exactly.
strongly doubt it. I'm going home after the podcast.
Right. But it could happen.
Yeah.
It could be happening at home. You never
Yeah.
know.
At socials.
Burglar could come and snatch you up. Just kidding.
I can almost guarantee you, not almost, I can guarantee you if you come snatch me, I'm not starting a relationship with you. One of my deepest fears is being kidnapped. So,
I'm just kidding.
it's not a good way to start with me if you're interested.
Take your ass up. And now you're
Back in the
just out
van.
with who you are.
Drunk in love. What are you hopeful for with a man, without a man? What has cheating taught you? That's, it's a better question. What has cheating taught you?
What has cheating taught me? That it's not your fault.
It's
That
not.
nothing to do with you.
Truly, it doesn't. It's like,
That's what
and
it's
not
taught
even
me.
to shift the blame. When I cheated, it had everything to do with me. Like me not feeling safe, me being I was not physically safe in that relationship. Like it had everything to do with me and what I thought would work for me. And
Yeah. I feel like a lot of times women put the blames on themselves when they are cheated on. It's like, well, what did I do wrong? What could I have done? Who am I? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That it's just like,
I actually had a guy friend. We're not as close anymore, but he was like, if Halle Berry and Kim no, it was actually, I'm lying. That was my mother. She said if Halle Berry and Kim Kardashian got cheated on, nothing, and nobody's safe. And I want to be like, it had nothing to do with them, their looks. Like it's everything to do with the man or the cheater and their character. Cause,
right. Because Beyonce was cheated on too. So,
yeah,
what the fuck?
yeah. I feel like every time I listen to, I know I'm not pronouncing the song right, but it's the last song on 444, and it's like my face God, but it's like abbreviated. And the intro is like Jay-Z being like, look at what we've been through since last August, skating through the rumors like, oh shit. Anytime I play that song, my ex texts me. I don't know what the fuck type of conjuring, what type of witchcraft is in that song.
Literally.
Every time I listen to it. I don't listen. And it's a good song, and I do love it. When I listen to it, it's nostalgia for him. But
right.
what's your favorite cheating song? Like your heartbreak anthem when you're pissed?
Oh fuck! When I got cheated on.
Mm-hmm. What
What
was
the
on
fuck?
repeat for you?
What's that one Beyonce song that she always fucking performs? God damn.
I'll say I don't know because she's at a Renaissance tour, so I'm thinking the whole concert.
Right. No, it's the one. It's one
Sorry?
fucking. Huh?
Not Sorry, right?
No, it's before that.
Okay.
Very old.
If I Were a Boy.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I can't think of what it's called. I'm gonna think of it later. And
we'll post it on our Instagram story, so make sure to follow us at AV Combo 19.
Right, because I cannot think of it. But like once I do say it, you're gonna be like, oh, because it is the number one.
But a lot of Beyonce songs give like I've been cheated on, even before she was cheated on.
Yeah.
Which I mean, maybe
right.
she was
and
at the time. We don't know, but
right, and she also has writers and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so, like,
for sure.
There's tea, but yeah, I cannot fucking think of it.
Can
right
you give
now.
us a little sing along?
Huh?
Give us a little. Can we get a note?
Right, I can't think of
Is
it.
it
I
gone?
just remember her facial expression when she talks about the girl, and like every time she's on tour, like she rolls her eyes like, ain't me, bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Fuck, I cannot fucking think of it. What about yours?
Not to be
That
funny,
one?
because
Oh.
I've been cheated on so many times.
It's not funny.
I have a different song for every cheating phase, which has been since I started dating at 17. I've been cheated on by every man. So like, I have a playlist. So Gone by Monica, Damaged by Party Next Door, and Halsey is a really good one. This might trigger some people, but almost anything Tory Lanez gives, You've Been Cheated On, You're Hurt. The whole Playboy album. Do You Think About Me by 50 Cent?
I know a lot of 50 Cent. I don't think I know that.
That's that is.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the like a whole playlist.
I literally had a playlist that was HB, and it's Heartbreak and
right.
another spin around this playlist.
I've never made a heartbreak playlist. I've made a lot of playlists.
What?
I've never made a heartbreak playlist because I don't want to listen to music when I'm sad. I'm like.
Oh, I sometimes am like
in a corner crying.
See, I don't know if it's a Sag in me or if it's my Cancer moon. I think it's a Sag now. Like I process it. It takes so long for me to like be sad and acknowledge and go through the grief process. Like sometimes too, like especially my last relationship, because we were broken up. We broke up for 2 years and then got back together.
Right, I remember the song.
What was it?
Resentment.
Okay. Ooh.
Bitch.
There we go.
Yeah, that was it.
That's a good one.
I don't think I've listened to it since like 2000.
Since then, but if you
15,
listen to it, it'll transport you right back there. Yeah,
I'm gonna listen to it in a car, bitch.
Yeah. Go listen to our little combined heartbreak playlist. A couple songs we just gave.
Okay.
And if you are fa la 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 in love, don't conjure up those feelings.
Yeah,
don't pull a Take Care.
Mm-mm.
Like by Drake what did he say? Dealing with the heart that I didn't break.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I can say. Like I've never brought like my hurt or shit. I never brought it into anything else. I also don't have trust issues. Like I'm also delusional though. I'm like this is gonna be it. I'm so hopeful. I'm gonna give them the best of my abilities,
right.
and then I'm like, ooh. Copy paste.
That right.
Another bitch.
Yeah, no, literally. Yeah. I think my only advice is just do what's best for you.
Yeah.
If it's not to break up with that nigga, don't break up with him. If it is, then do what is best for you. That's it.
Mine is just do whatever is good for the plot. Make it a fun story. It's a short life. And like I said, like I had that ex that broke up or that cheated on me a week after my friend died. Like I just maximize your life. Do what would be good for the story. If it's staying with him, if it's causing him the utmost distress, just please, don't go to jail for domestic violence. It's never a good look.
Yeah.
And
don't go to jail.
Yeah, just it's not for domestic violence.
Just don't.
Or stalking.
Right,
that's never a good look.
sure.
But just do it for the plot, maximize your life, and have a fucking ball, because we only got this one, and you're not getting it back.
Yeah.
And don't go out gracefully. Put glitter in his Range Rover if you feel called to. Set his kitchen on fire. No, I'm just joking. Please
No,
don't.
please
Don't quote me.
Yeah,
And
please
full
don't.
disclaimer, I'm not responsible, and this is not legal advice. And
Yeah,
I also have a list of mental illnesses.
Right,
So.
yeah, learn from your friends and learn from everybody else.
Yeah.
You don't have to learn from your own mistakes.
No, definitely learn from other people's. Like,
yeah, you don't.
we've
have to
learned from our moms, and now we are
and
copy paste.
everybody
We've
else,
crisscrossed each
okay?
other.
Everything else.
Yeah.
Period.
But fall in love, go for it, try it, have a situationship, just
live life.
Live life, have experiences, and don't cheat.
Right.
And
Period.
this is an A&B conversation.